Hello everybody, welcome back. In this quick video we're going to talk about stage presence, specifically how to have great stage presence and the difference between good and bad stage presence. So this is an integral part of a live band, and this is an integral part of being a great live band. So we're going to go through some quick tips today on how you can improve upon that, and hopefully you'll have a better time when you're playing live. Before we carry on, if you enjoyed the video, do give it a thumbs up, and of course do subscribe to the channel for future videos. Back to it. Really, there's nothing worse than a band on stage who are just completely static and basically might as well be like statues on stage. It's almost painful to watch, really. And I think it's one of those things that even if the band are playing very well and playing almost perfectly, if they're not really, providing any physical energy to the show, or are trying to giving that out to the audience, it almost doesn't matter how well they play. Which it's quite funny. I think a lot of people miss that sometimes. They seem to think that a great stage show means that you play every note perfectly all the time. Not necessarily. So you are better off putting on a great show and not playing every note perfectly and every note clinically than putting on a bad show and playing every note perfectly. So that should be your first port of call, is to move around on stage and at least look like you're having a good time. The second point very much relates to the first one, and that is move around on stage. Move around as much as you can. And what I mean by this is subject to the size of the stage that you're on. There are some pubs, for example, that you play that are basically the stage might as well not be much bigger than a table. Or either you're just playing on a floor and that's your stage. That can't always be helped, so in those cases you do have to make do with it. But if you're on a big stage, or even just a medium-sized stage, for example, take advantage of it. Move around it. Be physical with the music that you're playing, and it also gives you a chance to interact with the crowd that are not on your side of the stage that you pick. So it gives you a chance to form a bond with more of the crowd, and kind of to just give out that energy a little more. So yeah, move around on stage, and it also gives you a good opportunity to interact with the rest of your band as well. That looks good as well. So it's not just about giving the audience something to listen to. It's about giving them something great to look at as well. The third point of this, which is very much related to the last one, seems to be a common theme running here, and that is interact with your bandmates. They do exist. I've been guilty of this sometimes, where sometimes I'm really getting into it, and even if I'm moving around on stage and I'm really kind of going for it, sometimes I can make it a little bit more insular than it needs to be. So you don't want to close yourself off too much to the rest of your band, especially the kind of opportune moments in the song or where you want to showcase something. It really helps to just look at your bandmates at certain key points during the song. Sometimes you have to pick your moments with that. And it provides that visual spectacle for the audience, because the audience are not just listening, they're looking as well. They're watching as well as listening. And so it's really important, I think, to sort of build that band chemistry in front of them as well. I think audiences are fairly adept at detecting whether a band has a good chemistry on stage, or whether it's inconsistent or not. I think they're pretty good at picking up on that, I think. So yeah, interact with each other. Just try and at certain points in the song, maybe you can maybe have some kind of interaction with your other guitarist, maybe, or something like that. Give the audience something to watch as well as to listen to. Speaking of the audience, the last and final point is to look at the audience when you're playing. This does not mean stare into the soul, or penetrate the soul of each individual audience member. It doesn't quite work like that. What we're talking about is more just a general kind of engagement with them, and just to let them know that just to acknowledge them, basically. Acknowledge them, and I think another thing as well is in terms of your body language. There's one thing I forgot to mention, very important, is to actually face the audience as well. So don't play with your side to them or anything like that. It doesn't actually look very professional on stage either. It makes you look very underconfident, but it makes you look very unprofessional as well. So yeah, that's a real important thing. Obviously, look at the crowd and take a good look at them, but don't be sort of too personal about it with everybody. But obviously face the audience as well. So let them know that you're sort of ready to face them. you know, and I think you'll have a lot better time with it, and hopefully they'll have a lot better time with you as well. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, give it a big thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos like this, do subscribe to the channel, hit that big red button. It really helps me out a lot. So hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.